Hey everybody, Professor Doom here. Some really wild things going on today out of Morocco, and I have something very interesting to show you, and I want to mention something that's also rather interesting as well. The Georgia Guidestones go down. Then we have a video that was up since 2012, and if it was all about the creative artistic style of making a animated video, why bother taking it down now? The Georgia Guidestones go down, then this enigmatic video goes down. But before they take it down, they put up a video. I want to show you something that's very interesting that may point us to the true statement that Heliofant was trying to make in this video. Now, here is the name of the video right here. It's called Port de Vieux Montreal, which means the old port of Montreal, right? Okay. So what exactly did he show us, and where did he drop off in the video? And what is interesting is today is the 9th, okay? So remember, 9/11, so we could have September 9th, and we could have something jumping off on the 9/11 as well. And in my last video, I pointed out to exactly what the possibilities are when it comes to the Hoover Dam. Isn't it very interesting that the movie Transformers is all about there being a allspark in the Hoover Dam? And I just pointed out in those videos right there, it's very interesting that Jor-El says that he sent his only son to Earth. I've shown you in other videos exactly what take Man of Steel, for instance. What did he say? What did Jor-El say about his son, Kal-El, the God of Light? Because that's exactly what Kal-El means in Hebrew, God of Light. He said that he will be a God to the humans. He will be a God to them, right? And do you hear the enigmatic speech in the last video I put up? But it was cutting in and out. And he says, I have sent my only son to Earth. God. Okay? So that's what it said that you guys probably could not make out. But I want to show you something in here that may just be referring to the earthquake that just took place in Morocco. Let's fast forward to the section and I will show you what I mean. Let's take a look at this. Right. SOS labyrinth. What is another name for a labyrinth? A maze. So what is the SOS part? What is it? Oh my God. But what do we know about the city or the town that just got wiped out by this very huge earthquake out of Morocco? Let's take a look at something about this Marrakesh, Morocco. Very, very interesting. So here, let me see if I can, so everybody will be able to see this. And the Red City, the Ochre City, the land of God. That's what it means, the land of God. Or as we all know it, Marrakech, Marrakesh, or Marrakech, or whatever. This amazing, vibrant city hosts Africa's busiest square and UNESCO World Heritage Site. But what does Marrakesh actually mean? Well, it's still under debate. Some say it comes from the amazing words amour. Isn't it very interesting that I pointed out a video about Atlantis? Here's the thing. Think about this for a second, too. Is that I pointed to the fact that Amaru was named after, is another name for Quetzalcoatl. And the Aztec Indians came from Aztlan, or the land of Amaru, which was Quetzalcoatl. And what was Quetzalcoatl known as? The serpent god. And we have a serpent mound in Ohio. And one of the names right here means Amur. And didn't we just find some kind of something in the Sahara Desert or somewhere around Morocco where they believed that there was an Atlantean empire that was discovered? Okay. So it means the land of God. Very interesting. Isn't that where the Atlantean gods would have been residing? I still hold firm that the Americas is the land of Atlantis. And if you want to know why I say that, go back and take a look at my videos on Professor Doom 1, and I explain my point of view of why I believe that to be true. But do you know what's very interesting about this city that was just destroyed by this very large earthquake out of Morocco? Well, I'm going to show you. But again, they say this Marrakesh means land of God. Very interesting, especially when we got all of this going on with the comet. And I pointed out, you know what's interesting about this comet as well, the green comet? Do you know what the title of Osiris was? The Green One. That's right, the Green One. Something very interesting going on there with this comet and the whole thing about the Bennu bird. But we talked about the comet Bennu in the previous video that I just put up. Here, I'm going to show you something amazing that is mentioned about this city, Marrakesh of Morocco. Whoops, or not. You saw there are different variations of the spelling of this location that just suffered this huge earthquake. But do you know what every single search will tell you about this city or location, Marrakesh? Is that all of the streets are made up of a maze. Very interesting. And I want you to read exactly what this says right here. I got lost in it's supposed to say souls of Marrakesh, trying to find my way in the huge labyrinth. I had to give up and just enjoy the mess. Isn't it very interesting that the SOS labyrinth was just created not too long before this earthquake happened? And it was just taken down shortly before this earthquake happened. And what were they trying to tell us about the SOS? But if this is the case, you can't predict an earthquake. That means this earthquake was purposely done in Morocco. And I just pointed out in my last video that there was an earthquake. The two movies, Superman 1 from back in 1978 and San Andreas, pointed to the fact that San Andreas was going to be hit with an earthquake and it was going to cause the Hoover Dam to come down. And I just showed you on the $50 bill about the logo of the Cadillac logo. And isn't it interesting that the Transformers movies based on the Allspark is in the Hoover Dam? And there is so much more to talk about the Hoover Dam, and I can bring that up in another video. But I do believe the SOS labyrinth may have been a clue to the earthquake that was going to strike Morocco due to the labyrinth maze-like streets. What was the SOS about? So this earthquake was intentionally done, but how does this particular person know this? And the other interesting thing about this particular creator of iPet Go 2, if this was just for creative, artistic purposes, and you've had the video up for 11 years, why did you take it down but leave your channel up? Why did you take, and I've heard people talking about this, is that, well, it was because of what he put on his webpage about the Jews are bad people. Or I should say, the Jews have bad intentions, because that is technically the correct translation, I do believe, intentione. The Jews have bad intentions. Now, think about this for a second. Just think about it. Why take it down? Okay, so you wrote something bad on your webpage. Sure, you take it down. But how does that translate you taking down your videos off of YouTube if you're just going to be attacked about what you put up on the website? It doesn't compute. When you take it all down, just like the Georgia Guidestones go down, something big is coming. And what did I just say in my last video about the comet Nishimura, right? Nishimura is all about the birthing of the child in the constellation Virgo. How are they making this happen? If you can make an earthquake happen, if you're sending up a satellite called OSIRIS-REx, and it's all about them going to this Bennu asteroid, and Bennu is the phoenix bird, but only in Egyptian, the Egyptian myth for the phoenix is called the Bennu bird, right? The Bennu. So all of this that's going on right now, very, very interesting stuff. And I do believe that this old port video by Heliofant was telling us, just like you had the iPet Goat 2, didn't come out and just plainly tell you what all of that meant. And just like the old port video right here didn't just blatantly come out and tell us what they were meaning there. But what about the labyrinth? What about the SOS? That meant something, and it's definitely meaning something out of Morocco right now. Thanks, everybody.